Very good morning to all of you present over here. My name is Rashmi and I'll be conducting this event from here onwards. First of all, I would like to thank you all for being here, adding glory to this event. We are privileged to have such esteemed dignitaries over here. Starting with the first round, we'll be asking questions to you individually. And you'll be my first question would be for Mr. Rameshkumar. From a sales executive of a company to chairman of your own company, did you always have it in your mind to start a business when you started studying management?
Thanks, Divya, for introducing me. And first of all, I want to thank the V.E.S institution for inviting me here. And it's a glad and honor to be here and having met a very senior academicians here. On this question, I started my career with India Bulls as a sales executive. So it was after my management where I wanted to, get into position where I could, exhibit my skills. So I started from a very ground level and to understand where the ground realities are concerned. So sales executive to a level where right now I'm running a company. I moved as a senior vice president from Networth Individuals. And so if you say it's not destiny, I mean it's all about the vision statement you have. So like every organization has got a vision statement to be the most or whatever, like I seen the vision statement of V.E.S also when I was sitting in the boardroom. So likewise, every student or every person should have a personal vision statement. So even I had a vision statement way back when I graduated, I wanted to come on the board of a company, So that has got me to this level, and the career journey went from sales executive to every other level to a CEO level. And I said, let me start with my entrepreneur journey, and that's how I became the chairman of the company, it's a startup company. Yeah. Thanks.
That's very beautiful, sir. My next question would be for Ms. Rashmi Joshi. Can you tell us what made you change your path from a lecturer to a social worker and now an active environmentalist?
First of all, thank you so much to CS department of V.E.S College, and V.E.S College principal madam, management vice principal madam, all the students, and of course Divya for inviting me for this great fest of Vihaan'. Earlier, when I completed my post-graduation from Mumbai University and also completed my NET exam, I was lecturer in various colleges like D.G. Ruparel College, then G.N. Khalsa College, then Government Law College. Finally, I was in Mumbai University as a guest lecturer. But then some inner urge was pinching me from inside. Yes, I was completely convinced that academics or teaching is a noble profession, but beyond that also I have some duty or towards society. So I was thinking which, along with teaching profession, which social area I can enter. So first I started with women's issues. Then I came to know that as far as women's issues are concerned, there are a lot of NGOs or there are a lot of revisions in laws. So is there any other field which is really a need of the hour, which has not been looked upon that much. So then I read an article in a newspaper, and then I came to know about the severe garbage problem, which is troubling not only in India but globally. So then I started as environmentalist with main focus upon wet waste management and electronic waste collection and sending for recycling.
Our theme for this year was e-waste management and reduction. So even we had kept a e-waste collection center. So the students have contributed a lot to it.
Yes, very, very good. I am in fact very happy that e-waste or electronic waste is a really global concern. So collection of electronic waste and sending it for proper scientific recycling is really a need of the hour. So I'm really very happy with CS department and V.E.S college also that they have taken practical step towards e-waste collection.
Thank you, ma'am. My next question to Mr. Niranjan. How has your experience been in the IT field so far? Why did you choose to change your stream? And how did your family take your decision to change your stream of choice?
So first of all, thank you Vihaan' College, ma'ams, sir, and my friends. I'm used to sitting there, and very rarely I sit on the other side of the podium, and I am envying that block particularly. You are quite relaxed and chilling, so I'm one of you. So now about a question. So I come from a family where it is considered that if you are in science, then and then only you have achieved something, So arts and all things, they don't give you bread and butter. So I took admission in Vivekananda IT, and it is employment oriented course. I got selected through campus in Tech Mahindra. I got Performer of the Month award in Tech Mahindra. So, my mother was quite happy, Her son has got a job on his own and is doing well in his organization. So she was settled. But I was a bit unsettled then. After getting job, I was unsettled because I always wanted to do something else, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, because I had interest in national issues, politics, international politics, many things, but I didn't know that I can study it. That there exists a subject like political science or international relations. I didn't know, and after working in Tech Mahindra for more than a year, one day I went to Mumbai University, and there I saw this. They had put the syllabus on the notice board, So they had various modules having nation state, religion, citizenship, international relations, foreign policy, and I said, oh my goodness, this is what I want to do. And then I inquired and got into political science. So I did my MA political science, but that stage, when I decided to quit my job and move to another field, that was quite challenging, because my mother wanted me to continue in IT in my job, but I deeply within did not want to continue. Something was, itching, inside me that I don't want to continue. So, that was challenging, and everything comes with a price. So, I'm still pursuing my PhD. So the conventional idea of being settled, that is, I haven't reached that stage. So please remember that whatever decision you take, it comes with a price, so you need to be ready to pay that price. Thank you.
So for the next round, the question would be same for all. We'll start with you because the question is related to what you said earlier. What challenges did you face while choosing your field or changing your field? And were your family members supportive about that idea later on when you were happy with the...
Yeah, so as I told you, there was a pressure from my mother and all my relatives that, I've got a good job in good company, and if many people had told me that if I stayed there for a couple of years, then I will get used to it and can sail through the field. But I left that job at a very early age, so I wasn't entrenched in that field. So after I started my political science and my journey in JNU, I published few articles, and I started writing. So when my family members, my relatives, my mother got to know that I can write good pieces which are appreciated by the audience, the field experts in international relations, foreign policy of India. So she was quite happy and a bit supportive. Yes, so she changed her opinion, thankfully.
The same question to you, Mr. Rameshkumar. I'll repeat. What challenges did you face while choosing your field, and were your family members supportive for your idea?
A very interesting question, rather. I mean, see, I come from a very average middle-class family. My father retired from B.E.S, and my mother was a homemaker. She's still a homemaker, rather. And you have a way back in 90 to 97, there was this job of typist and stenographer. My parents, like any other parent, wanted a sarkari job. Beta sarkari naukri lena chahiye, safe secure hona chahiye, kind of. So my father, he got me to he enrolled me for typing, so that at least I'll get a typist job. You understand? That's the mindset. So he was concerned about me. He was very loving, and that's why I said, beta kuch to typist to banega, kuch nahi to typist to banega. And then he wanted me to do stenography also, so shorthand, so at least I can become a shorthand. And so that really helped me, I tell you. This was in 92, after my 10th standard. There's this gap of 3 months, you're waiting for your marks, and then you don't know what to do. He enrolled me there, and I learned typing, and I gave my 30 word per minute, 40 word per minute, and Godrej used to have that typing exam. I used to do that. And but it so happened, destiny, it takes you to the next level, and so I scored very well, distinction in 10th, and then I did my graduation. I was not sure about whether I should do a science or a commerce, and I landed up taking something which I got an admission in commerce, and that's how I got to commerce. So not clear about what has to be done. So, but then graduated as a BCom, and then they had a thought, you should do you should become a chartered accountant. Now, for a chartered accountant, then you should have to clear the foundation course. So I never had any interest. Trust me, I never had any interest. But just to fulfill my parents' wish, I appeared for the CA foundation, but I flunked. I flunked very royally. I flunked and said, okay, I could not do this. This is not my cup of tea. But I was a learning, because CA foundation also has some commerce-related thing which you need to, appear for your final exams. And finally, I managed to. But my vision was to get do an MBA, and so I applied for MBA after my graduation, and then that's how I did my MBA from SAS Management Studies. And in that process, this challenges has already come. So they're very happy now after doing all those typing and CA foundation and now getting into an MBA. Right now I'm running a company. Yeah, and so but definitely whatever they had envisaged or they had enrolled me for a type. Today, if you ask me to type, I can with aankh band karke I can type for half an hour. You can pay some 10 pages. Thanks to my father for getting me enrolled for typing that within time. So that's about it. Yeah. So I think it's a good journey.
Yeah.
Thanks. I believe there's a message which I want to give you when I say that, the challenges. You have to be passionate about what you want to do. You have seen this movie, Three Idiots. Yeah, sabne dekha hai? Yeah. So end of the day, end of the program, end of the movie, you find that, they all get into what they were interested in. The guy was into photography, got into photography. So think about, introspect about your, passion. There is a potential in each one of us here, and there is an inner you have to unleash that potential, and you have to figure out what you're good about. Somebody says, sir, I'm good in painting. I met somebody recently, he said, I'm not able to figure out, I'm getting a job in Infosys, but I want to do painting. I said, do something. So there is JJ college, so you have an opportunity to enroll there and work on study something where it will add value to your passion, and you should enjoy. Don't do something which you are not passionate about. You will not succeed. You should be very happy about what you're doing. It could be any profession for that matter. And there are other, like he said, when he visited university, he found that there are other streams. Had he got to know about it at that point in time, maybe you would have chosen that, right? So be passionate, think, analyze what you are really interested in. Don't get influenced by anyone saying that you have to do this or do that. Ask your own self. There is a mind, because end of the day, you as a person are going to decide your own career. Yeah, you are going to do that, not for somebody else. Definitely, we, with all respect and regards to parents, today the scenario has changed. Parents actually are able to channelize the energy of every children based on their interest. Yeah, so you have to figure it out and take a decision. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Same question for you, ma'am. I'll repeat. What challenges did you face while choosing your field, and were your family members supportive for your idea?
Yes. Earlier I was in teaching profession. I was lecturer in colleges as well as university, plus net qualified, that is full qualification for degree college as a lecturer. So when I decided to quit the job of teaching profession, my mother cried a lot. She said, how can you leave a noble profession like teaching? So, but fortunately, I was married at that time. So my husband came as a very big support for me, that I discussed with him, if I want to leave this job and I want to dedicate completely as honorary, voluntary service without charging anything to the society. I want to enter into this profession. So is it okay? Will you support me? Because without his support, I could not have left that job, because my mother said, then what about bread and butter and all? So that's why I had to discuss in depth with husband. So he said, no issues, you can quit your job and you can dedicate yourself for social social service. So then first I started, when I entered into social service, then also I saw to it that first we require is safety. Even if I enter into social service, I selected NGO which works for women. So in this way my journey started, and then after working for women's problems, then I entered into the field of environment. There were a lot of challenges. Even I had a dual mind. Lot of negative things were going on inside my mind also. Okay, I have to leave this job, salary, everything, and I have to dedicate for or start for social work. Is it the correct step which I am taking? But then finally, courageously I took the decision. Even though it is wrong, there is support from my husband, so yeah, I will be able to manage. So in this way, even though there were challenges, I was able to manage positively because of the support from my husband and my daughter.
My next question would be again to you. This will be individual questions. So, for you, you have been researching on e-waste collection and composting. Tell us about it. Can you tell us about it more briefly? What are the after effects of e-waste not being disposed of?
Yes, very good question. As I said earlier, electronic waste is really a global concern. All of us are using electronic equipments and gadgets right from morning till night, and each electronic equipments contains a lot of poisonous elements in it, and our tendencies either once the electronic items are damaged or they are beyond repairs, then we either dispose it in the dustbin, or second option is we hand over it, bigger items we hand over it to raddi wala or kabadi wala. When we dispose it in the dustbin, it reaches to the dumping ground, and because of inflammable elements in it, it catches fire on the dumping ground. Since electronic items contain poisonous gases, so the level of oxygen decreases, and the other gases which are harmful both for the environment as well as for our health, they get generated in the environment, and it damages our health as well as our environment. Plus the leachates from electronic items, since our drinking water pipes are underground, the leachate gets mixed with drinking water also. Plus in the season of monsoon, when there are heavy rains, at some of the places we have vegetation, so it gets mixed with vegetables also. So our air, water and food, everything is getting polluted because of improper disposal of electronic waste. And due to this, a lot of it damages our kidneys, it damages our nervous system, it damages our skin, eyes, everything, and unknowingly we are consuming that polluted air, polluted water and polluted fruits and vegetables. Hence proper and scientific disposal of electronic waste is really a need of the hour globally. Hence my earnest request is to give as much response from your side for the e-waste collection drive organized by CS department. Same with food waste. We are consuming very good quality of fruits, vegetables, even chai patti, and then we are disposing it in the dustbin, which is finally going to the dumping ground. Instead of that, if we compost it at our home or in our educational institution or at a larger level in our housing society, it will produce organic fertilizers, and organic fertilizers is really a need of the hour as compared to chemical fertilizer. Hence, in this way, if we can focus upon composting and electronic waste, then it will help out the conservation of environment as well as our health also.
Thank you, ma'am. For you, Mr. Niranjan, your current expertise in maritime studies and foreign policies, why did you choose these topics? How do you plan to make it useful?
I was always interested, as I told you, in national politics and international politics. So, while in the IT job, when I used to discuss these issues with my friends, so they used to say, "क्या पागल है यार, क्या बात कर रहा है ये party and all." So, but I think that was always my interest, and I found it in political science and IR in JNU. Yeah, so
the last point of the question, how do you plan to make it useful?
I am already making it useful, so I am writing on these subjects. I've published in peer-reviewed journals, international peer-reviewed journals, so I am already making use of it.
Thank you. For you, Mr. Rameshkumar, you have vast years of experience. In spite of that, last year you completed Strategic Management course from IIM Ahmedabad. Do such courses really help? What teaches you most, the degree or the experience?
Okay. So I believe in you learning, unlearning, and relearning. So at every stage of your life, you're learning something new. A aged person at 50, 55 is also learning. Because 55th year, 56th year is going to be a new year for him. So it's a learning curve. So I believe in learning, and I learn from everyone. It is not that only from the education institutions only you learn. Then there is a practical which you can come into the industry and learn many things. And every person you learn. Yeah. So that actually, and then actually, if I talk about IIM Ahmedabad, after my graduation, I wanted to do MBA, and so I appeared for CAT, and but my scores did not qualify me for any of those IIM then. But I always believed in the law of attraction. I'm a strong believer in law of attraction. Thought becomes things. Just to give you an example, if anyone would you like to have a gulab jamun here right now? If you want to have it, you'll get it in the next 10 minutes here. If you don't want it, you'll not get it. As simple as that. So you have to give a message to the universe that I want to achieve this with a positive vibe. There is an aura which will take you to the law of attraction will work there. So my law of attraction worked here because 20 years back, or rather 23 years back, when I wanted to do MBA from IIM, it did not work. So my journey, then I managed to get through SIS Management Studies. I passed out and did my took up a career with India Bulls and Muthoot and all. It so happened that I got a call from Jaro Education from a spoke of IIM Ahmedabad saying that you are eligible for IIM. Why don't you pursue this course? And as it is with my vision statement to come on the board of a company, I said strategic management is something which will really help me because it will add value to my learnings and implementation about strategies in the corporate world. And I was selected on the merit, and I completed that. And so when I had to answer for the second question, does it really help, the degree or the what was that?
Experience.
Degree or the experience? I think both works hand in hand. Degree works because you have a theoretical learning there, experience because of your practical learning. So both has to be balanced, and you keep learning out of it. And I think both are very important. Yeah, thanks.
My next question to you, ma'am. You've conducted environment awareness sessions in schools, colleges, societies. Which is more difficult? Any successful implementation towards preserving the nature you've seen or been a part of?
Yes, a very good question. Successful example is Vivekanand College only I can give.
Thank you.
Because CS department also, and before CS department, I was associated with Green Club or Environment Club of V.E.S. College, associated with Devidas sir and Seema madam. They had taken initiative. So as far as e-waste and composting, both I have to cover, or only e-waste?
The environment awareness sessions. So
Yes, I have covered environment awareness sessions in about educational hundreds of educational institutions, schools and colleges. Then more than 200 problem with the help of, say, PowerPoint presentation, with the help of videos, slides, etc. Most sensitive were educational institutions. Housing society members also were sensitive, but more sensitive were educational institutions. And now recently, because of NAC, 7th criteria in NAC, educational institutions are getting more triggered. But response from education institutions is very good. Then to quote some of the names of the education institutions, of course Vivekanand Vivekanand College, Swami Vivekananda College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Computer Science Department. And I had a session with Pharmacy College also. They have also decided to arrange and collect electronic waste. Then Guru Nanak College of Arts, Science and Commerce at GTB Nagar, very good response from Guru Nanak College. Every year, very good response from that college. Then many schools also, state schools as well as the CBSE board schools, international board schools, housing societies at different wards of Mumbai. Navi Mumbai also very good response even from NMMC schools of Navi Mumbai. And fortunately, wherever I have conducted sessions, either they have at least shown the desire to collect, and some of them have really entered into practicality and collected e-waste and handed over. So overall, very good response from educational institutions and societies.
thank you. For you, Mr. Niranjan, in maritime, what are the major challenges? Security, transportation, or pollution?
Yeah, so India has got more than 7,000 kilometers of maritime border, and there are two parts of maritime security. There are traditional security challenges and non-traditional security challenges. And traditional security challenges deal with threat to sovereignty of your country, and non-traditional security challenges deal with all this piracy, terrorism, pollution, trafficking, all these things. So my work is in traditional security arena, and I don't look into this soft security issues, pollution and others. So I would say, since I
talking about your part, what challenges do you face while working for security?
since independence, we are concerned about our land frontiers, because traditionally India has been attacked from the northwest land frontier. So till recently, our army got the maximum attention because of our history. That's rooted in our history. Our main enemies, Pakistan, China, they are always on land frontier. So this maritime thing was neglected for a long time. But recently, the perception has been changing, and even Navy is getting more funds, because in Delhi it is said that there are iron walls between Army, Navy, and Air Force. So first, these walls need to be broken, and with the appointment of CDS and the department under him, we think that will happen, and there will be integration.
Thank you, sir. For you, these days the young generation is under a lot of pressure and stress while working in the corporate world, having cutthroat competition. With such workload, how do you find stability in work life and personal life?
Yeah, so while we all are focusing on professional career growth, work-life balance is very important. So when I say work-life balance, your family, your company where you're working, or your institution where you're working, your friends, your folks, the society. These are the four things which you always need to balance in with. You cannot neglect any one of them. You need friends and families, you need relatives also, you need the society also. So you'll have to maintain a work-life balance. So what I do is I maintain a very pakka work-life balance. How much ever I am busy with my work, in the morning I have a one-on-one with my parents who are staying in Navi Mumbai, Nerul. We stay in Chembur. So I call them up and say hello, and just to take a view of it. And I make it a point to end of the day. We call it as a family time with my beloved wife and my two daughters. So we spend some 15-20 minutes trying to understand and introspect how was the day, and we all four of us speak about what happened, what good happened, what bad happened, what were the challenges you faced. And so that is more of mindful discussion, and I think every family should do this. We see that everybody is hooked on to this WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever. Just keep it away from your life for some time, 15-20 minutes, and have a one-on-one interaction with your family, and have a chat. Today that is missing in the society. I go out on the field, I go out on whether it's a railway station or a bus station or an airport or wherever, I see everybody is hooked onto the mobile. सब करते हैं ना? अभी WhatsApp में chat आ गया, उसको reply करना है, Facebook में like दिया है या वो. So there has to be, the human touch is very important, So I think work-life balance is very important, and you need to learn how to balance it. I mean, it just cannot be work, and work. And I used to, while my all 20 years of my experience, I used to travel a lot. I was mentioning, हमने घाट का पानी पिया है, so traveling from every district, every cities, 20 days in a month, I am out of Mumbai. And thanks to my wife, she has been very kind enough, and she has always been a strength to me, and managing the home if I'm not there. But we used to come on a video call, talking to them, and so like that's how, so it's very important there. Yeah, thanks.
The next question would be common for everyone. It is, who was your role model? What inspired you? Or is there anyone who would like to give credits to for everything you've achieved so far? You can start.
You learn from people who do something good, and you also learn from people who commit mistakes. You can learn from their mistakes. So there is no single person who is my role model, but I get inspiration from listening to good Hindustani classical music, or seeing paintings, seeing beautiful photos, nature, even commentary. I am a cricket lover, and even Harsha Bhogle and Sunny Gavaskar's commentary. I take inspiration from all these things, and the only thing is the good within myself. I want to maximize it, and the negative things which every person has, I just try to minimize it. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, same question. Yeah. So role model again, I believe personal, professional, and spiritually. So when I talk about personal, I think my parents, my mother and father, are my role models, because I believe in the principle Mata Pita Guru Devam. Mata Pita are the first God. We have not seen God anywhere. I have only seen mother and my father, who brought me from where I was from my early childhood. So the learnings, the honesty, the sincerity, or the integrity aspect of it. My father used to be very punctual. He always believed in a statement. जो 100 रुपया कमाने वाला बंदा 101 रुपया कैसा खर्च कर सकता है? So चादर उतना ही फैलाओ जितना आप. They say that, right? That quote, I don't recollect that. Yeah, you work to the extent of how much you can. That's how. So he never took a loan in his life. That's how. 100 rupees कमाने वाला बंदा 101 कैसा खर्च कर सकता है? That is still there in my mind. So he used to have a saving of, we Indians, we have a saving of 20 to 30% in investments or FD or whatever. So I learned many things. They are my role models there, as in personal life is concerned. Professional life, yes, Mr. Gagan Banga, I want to quote his name. He's the vice chairman of India Bulls Group, and when I started my career, I was reporting into him for 9 long years, and he was a sales oriented person, purely business focused, number game. And so will not believe 10 o'clock in the night while I go to bed, he gives me a call and say, "Aaj ka dhanda kitna hua? What is the business today?" So I cannot say no, sir, मैं अभी सो रहा हूँ, कल बात करते हैं. Then if I have to say that, next day my job is at stake. Yeah, so I have to get up and open my laptop and say, "Give me 2 minutes," and then I have to tell him, "Okay sir, आज business ये हुआ, इतने clients आए, इतने customers आए." So I learned many things from him on the sales aspect of it. Yeah, and so when I got into Muthoot, so Thomas John Muthoot, who is the chairman of Muthoot Papachan Group, he has been my third role model, because a lot of learnings in terms of people-centric approach, employee-centric approach. So in any organization today, whether you are the chairman or the director, you have to get connected to the last mile staff. When I say you have to practice humility, we call it as servant leadership. What if he's a chairman? Can I not connect with him? No, it should never happen that way. When the chairman also should feel that he's my employee there downline, whether it is a office boy or a sales executive, he should get connected. Because he is the person who is the front runner for the organization, the front face for the organization, and he has to be equally valued to the same extent what a value is given to other directors. So everybody is at the same page. So Thomas John Muthoot, I learned that humbleness, humility from him, and definitely my spiritual leader. I am a follower of Mata Amritandamayi. We call it Amma, and she's a lot of learning which I have from her in terms of spiritually, and the sharing of peace and how we can bring change in the society. So I think they are the 5 of them, I should say: my mother, father, Mr. Gagan Banga, Mr. Muthoot, and Amma. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
As Swami Vivekananda ji says, each individual is a unique human being. Take up one idea, focus upon that idea, arise, awake, and stop not until your goal is reached. In the similar way, from childhood till my marriage, my father, then my school teachers, college teachers, I used to take all the good qualities from each and every human being whom I used to meet. After my marriage, obviously, my husband is my role model. He encouraged me a lot, even my daughter. Then, as far as my social work is concerned, whichever institution I visit, the principals whom I meet, the coordinator professors, even students whom I meet, I take good qualities or their positivity from them. So for me, each and every individual is blessed with good qualities. All of them are role models for me.
That is very